Hello, my name is Ed Frawley. I own Leerburg. This question came in through this Ask Cindy portal. It's a question about a person who is a dog trainer now and they want to get involved in breeding dogs. So I've got an opinion on this. I'm going to read it and then we'll talk about it. I've been doing behavioral modification for dogs for the last 3 years. I wasn't supposed to be a dog trainer. I just wanted to help this one dog, and it grew into a full-time job. Well, good for her. I worked in shelters, rescues, foundations, and for private clients. I love working with dogs, but often experience frustration when dealing with people. You think? Try breeding dogs and dealing with puppy customers. That's the reason I quit breeding. I have a medium-sized 2-year-old male mutt I picked from the shelter a year ago. I'm training him to a high functional level, and we are learning advanced obedience together. Well, good for her. I intend to build a board and train facility as my next step and up my game as a dog trainer. Okay, that's good. But I'd also like to research dog breeding. I liked Dutch Shepherds. The more and more I look at them, I want working dogs. I might want to get a female puppy 5 years from now. Oh, she's thinking of it, 5 years down the road. But as of today, I know nothing and don't even know where to start. Could you give me some advice and a good read on the subject? Cindy says, boy, that's a complicated subject or topic. It sure is. Cindy said, I think what she needs is a good mentor. And that's really the truth, because nobody can jump into this and be a breeder right off the bat and have it all work. She's doing it right that she's going to build a breeding facility for board and trained dogs. She needs to give some thought now before she breeds it on how she's going to have litters if she does that. Is she going to have litters in the board and train facility? If she is, she needs to block them off so that my breeding rooms and my whelping rooms are on one side of the building and have no access to any other dogs. And you can close the doors. No stray dogs can go in near, not even see the females through the crates or through the chain link or the bars. We had bars on ours that I had welded and made. Your females, when they have litters, have to have a place to go where they feel comfortable, where it's quiet, where nothing bothers them. So that's what she needs to start thinking about. Then she needs to find somebody on how she's going to get the dog she wants to breed. If she's going to go to Dutch Shepherd, she better start going to some of the dog shows and talking to people that do have Dutch Shepherds, keeping in mind that everybody thinks that their dogs are the best. And odds are their dogs are not the best. I mean, you just have to be a little careful on how you approach the whole thing. You need to know your bloodlines, and you need to study bloodlines. And if you're going to buy a puppy from somebody, you need to go and look at other people that have bought puppies that are adult puppies and see what kind of temperaments they have, keeping in mind that the people that have those dogs may be a little Lulu in the head and haven't done a good job raising those dogs to be good family members. It's not just a breeder that results in a dog that's growing up and being a good quality dog. It's just as much the people that raise it. So I can't tell you how many times, and we used to have a lot of litters. At one time I had 5 full-time people working in my breeding facility, and I bred more German Shepherds than I ever had customers for. But that's something that this person needs to think about too. She better figure out that she has customers for the dog she's going to breed. Because if she doesn't, she's going to own a lot of dogs and not being able to get rid of them. So you got to be a little bit careful there in the quality and the type of drive that you want to produce in your dogs, because you don't want to be getting dogs back that people can't handle. So you need to learn how to pick the people you're going to sell dogs to. And you need to say, I'm just not sure that you're ready for the kind of dog that I'm producing. Just because you have 4 dogs left from a litter and you got somebody standing there that would take one of them, you need to be prepared to walk away from it. Or it's only a matter of time. Either that dog could come back, or worse, that person can't handle the dog, and you know whose fault that is? That's your fault. That's not their fault, that's your fault. And it's your dogs that you're breeding is their fault too. So there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into this. 5 years, she's got the time here to start doing it. There's an article on my website on mistakes that I made when I built my breeding facility and dog kennel back in 1990. There's some good points in there that I got from friends of mine. There's some bad points in there on mistakes that I made. And if you're thinking of building a breeding facility, go to Leerburg.com and search on that. Because it's going to help you, and it can end up saving you a lot of money. But other than that, take that 5 years and don't wait for a year before you're ready to start breeding. Start thinking about it now. Put a game plan together. This is what I want my little kennel to be like. Build it so that you can add on to it when you get more and more successful. Buy a piece of property where you're not too close to neighbors. I had neighbors, no matter what, I put no bark collars on my female German Shepherds because we kept back then a number of dogs in 40 by 60 foot yards that were separated by 20 feet that I put pine trees in between so the dogs couldn't see one another. They still barked, so at night I would put no bark collars on. We had neighbors that if a bark collar's battery was going bad, they'd call and complain and complain and complain. And I gave them my pager number. I gave them my phone number. I gave them noise machines, and they still didn't like it. Thankfully, they moved away. And I haven't missed them, not a bit. They know who they are. Don't you sue. Anyway, that's all I have to say for that. Going forward, I would encourage this person, when she has some ideas, to write Cindy and bounce an idea off her that's simpler than this. Because we want to help people. We want people to, if they're going to get in the dog business, get into it for the right reasons. The love of working with dogs. I loved breeding puppies. I loved having puppies. It's cool. I didn't like dealing with puppy customers. Not all of them. Some of them were really, really nice friends, have gone on to become friends. Some of them, I don't ever want to see them again, ever, not ever. God forbid I'll ever sell them a dog again. That's the part of it that you don't want to make my mistakes, because I did enough of that.